They close down the tunnel in the middle of the night and the elephants walk through. And that thought of elephants walking through the tunnel so that they could please us fatties eating popcorn is super duper sad.
That's insane. They don't walk through the Lincoln Tunnel. That sounds like children's book. How did they get to New Jersey?
On rail.
So they're only transported on train?
Yeah, you can't fly an elephant. Too heavy.
You can't drive one?
Olivia, I need to know. I need to know if this is real.
Elephants are getting a sleeper car on Amtrak?
No. There's an NPR article from 2007 called When the Elephants March in Manhattan, and it says they go through the Midtown Tunnel.
Boom!
Two Jews, both big and tall, no subject too small for the good guys. A Mother's Dream premium podcast team, make it your weekly routine. It's a Good Guys. And if you don't give us 5 stars, what are you nuts? What are you nuts? Yeah, we're the good guys, we're not the great guys. We're just so good guys. Whoa.
Benjamin and Joshua, they're coming to ya. They're coming to ya. Benjamin and Joshua. They're
coming to ya.
Into your headphones and or your car during your work week. You hate your job, but you love this show. We can get you a new job, but we can make it fun for 45 minutes a day. You should quit. You should quit. Backup plan. You should quit. What's up?
What's up?
What's up, Tiny? What's up, Tiny?
What's up?
You're gonna get us demonetized. We can't curse in the first minute.
Sorry. So we have to go back and add in more. Humble.
No. So just Olivia, bleep out when he called me that word. I think I said the F word too. Darn it, we're not gonna make a cent off this thing. So Ben, you have 2 to 3 weeks before your beautiful child gets here. What's the next runway of your life look like?
Right now, I'm prepping for a bris, okay? Connecting the caterer to the venue, to the planner. That's what I'm doing, prepping a bris. From there, I have a list of people that I need to tell. We have everything. I told you this. We're just superstitious. We're not setting anything up.
Yeah, you're setting up a bris.
Yes, I know. But what else do you do? I haven't nothing's ordered. It's just there's a hold. But yeah, I know. We really should just like set some things up in the room. But then I think about it and we don't need the room. This is the problem. I'm not going to need the baby's room for another 6 months. I know you said he'll take naps in the room, etc. But even for the next 3 months.
And his clothes, you'll be in there all day. You're going to be getting... Well, where else are you going to keep all the shit?
Yeah, the shit will be in there. I understand.
All the diapers, all of the baby things, all the clothes.
What do you think about cloth diapers, Josh? What do you think about cloth? I
think it is as meshuggah as you can get. It is high-powered insane. Are you even considering that?
No.
Okay.
It's like I'm just letting you know, if I get duty on my shirt, my own duty on my shirt, somehow, it goes in the trash. It doesn't go in the washing machine. I don't wash duty. Like, that's just not like a thing that I do. Once there's duty on it, it's done.
But what about the baby clothes? You're going to throw away baby clothes? It's going to be all over.
No, you're right. But so then I jump back. Then what's the difference between that and a cloth diaper?
No, dude. I mean, you're going to probably do the high-end diapers. Coterie.
Oh, are these like French diapers?
Coterie, yeah. They're really nice.
Okay, so we're not doing like Pampers pull-ups anymore. Like, this shit has gone out the window.
We're a Kirkland diapers family. We're a Costco diapers in my house. But yeah, they're all good. But people tend to do the coterie because they're super expensive and
And are they like better on the skin? Do they keep it? Are they better at keeping in the stuff? Like, nobody wants like the stuff leaking out the sides. Because if I know something, it's Baby Boy Soffer is going to have some big duties.
Yeah, no,
and we're going to want to keep we're going to want to keep that stuff contained.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be amazing what you're about to go through. But for the most part, yeah, I think diaper technology has evolved to a place where everything is pretty kept in, unless it's like the random blowout. Hopefully, once a week.
I was at Woodbury Commons again yesterday. This is our version of nesting, going to the outlets. And I was dying. Claudia wouldn't let me. All I wanted to do, because now we're close. It's like, let me go to the Ralph Lauren outlet and just buy some cute stuff. Literally, like the baby clothes are so cheap, Josh, at the Ralph Lauren outlet. Get a nice cute bear, maybe a nice Ralph Lauren American flag shirt, some nice shoes. Nope. Nada. Zilch. Couldn't get anything.
She's like, put a hold on the caterer for the bris, but no Ralph Lauren baby shoes.
I know. I don't get it. Why not?
I agree with you.
But when can a baby actually wear a shoe? Like, he doesn't need a shoe until he's walking, right? Do you put shoes on them before they're walking?
He'll need it for you when it gets cold. So like
not like a big sock.
Yeah, you could do it, but like in 6 months, like if November, December of this year, when it's properly cold, you'll put them in a version of a shoe just to cover their tootsies.
By then, could he be an early walker? They usually walk around 1, right?
It depends. Boys tend to walk a bit later, but no, they might not. Usually it doesn't happen before 1.
And my guy with his pigeon toes, he's not walking till he's 3.
With those knock knees.
He's going to try his best.
He's going to be booty shuffling.
He's going to be walking outward and just falling.
Oh, bro, my children from the back have literally inherited their father's posture, and it's sad because they look like that. They straight up, they look like this.
Yes. God. That's me.
It's bad. I'm like, why do you look like Charlie Chaplin, homie?
Yeah. Claudia always says that I look like I'm in the first position for ballet. That is me. No, I'm an outward king. Like, that is what it is.
It's bad. It's because of our flat feet.
I got other things from my dad. I wonder if my son will get it. I've told you about the gap between my big toe and my second toe, that you could fit a whole second toe in there.
Sure.
I've told you that he claims that my grandfather breastfed until he was 8 years old. 8. I've also told you
that's just Depression era.
He claims that around the age of 60, I'll get a freckle right here. He said that he never had this freckle. My grandpa had the freckle. A freckle popped up at 60. It'll pop up for me. And
probably just a liver spot.
It's possible. Oh my, we got to have him get it checked out.
No, liver spots. No, it's just age spots.
Okay, so it's fine. It's nothing that he needs to, okay.
No, it just means you're expiring.
Oh no. Oh,
yeah,
no.
It's liver spots. It's you know those OGs, you see them walking around. It looks like their body looks like the surface of Jupiter.
Yes. Oh my God, it's a liver spot. Okay, I'm going to have to go take him to Dr. Geezy to have that taken away.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is that he claims that my aunt had hair on her palms, but I don't think that's a thing. He claims like my great aunt had hairy palms. I don't buy it.
Do you know that was a thing that's always threatened when you're young and you pleasure yourself, like that you'll grow hair on your palms?
Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
Or you'll go blind. To which I said, Dad, I'm over here. No, okay.
That's good.
It's a double joke because I have no father.
Yes. No,
Joke's on me.
Joke's on both of you. That's a good one. What other things were we lied to about? I know there's the classic, the quicksand. We're all afraid of quicksand. That never happened. We're driving in the car. My mom would tell me that it's illegal to have the lights on in the front.
Always.
No, it's not.
Just don't sit too close to the TV. You're going to ruin your eyes.
Microwave. Don't stand in front of the microwave.
Oh, and by the way, don't stare at an eclipse. Let me tell you, since I'm a baby, I've been staring right at eclipses. I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to be responsible for burn retinas.
I can
There's
see
gonna be
Ben.
There's going to be a class action suit. We have to open up the Chai guys now so they sue them, not us.
Don't listen to me at all. This is not medical advice.
Yes.
But dude, I'm telling you, do up the room. Make the room adorable when the baby's born. I can't tell you how much I love not only my kids' rooms, but the baby room. It is so peaceful because it's usually, and it should be, don't overdo it with these tchotchkes. Give away most of the things people are going to send. It's ridiculous. Nuts. I don't need this many stuffed animals.
My wife, she's the sweeper. There will be nothing extra in the home. It will be donated, given away, returned.
The baby room is usually the cleanest room in the house. And it's usually like a bookshelf and a recliner and a dresser with like the changing table and a crib, right? And it is such a nice, peaceful place.
Honestly, our baby room would fit well in your house just because it's those browns and those beiges. But it's like basically like rainforest themed. Like it's very, very animal prints on the walls. I'll send you a picture, like green rugs, brown, cedar-ish cribs. This is going to be a room.
The occasional toucan. We have a small lemur family.
This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Fatty 15. Folks, we're all going to age, okay? It's all about what are we going to do about it, okay? We all get poor sleep, okay? You should fix that. I shouldn't say we all get poor sleep, but a lot of my friends tell me they get poor sleep. They don't have a lot of energy. I didn't. I now do. Stiff joints? Okay, fine. There are so many problems, okay? And all of those problems, I'm not going to say are going to be solved by, but you could really benefit from Fatty 15 because let me tell you about it, okay? C15 from Fatty 15 is the first essential fatty acid to be discovered in more than 90 years. You heard that. Almost 100-year discovery. It's an incredible scientific breakthrough to support our long-term health and wellness. And you guessed it, aging and longevity is at the top of the list. Fatty 15 co-founder Stephanie Van Watson discovered the benefits of C15 while working with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. She's a saint! Based on over 100 studies, we now know that C15 strengthens our cells and is a key longevity-enhancing nutrient, which helps to slow biological aging at the cellular level. In fact, when our cells don't have enough C15, they become fragile and age faster. And when our cells age, our bodies age too, folks. This eventually led to studies finding the first new nutritional deficiency in 75 years called cellular fragility syndrome, caused by a lack of essential fatty acid, C15. As many as 1 in 3 people worldwide may have low C15 levels and cellular fragility syndrome, and we are here with Fatty 15 to take that on. So folks, Fatty 15 is on a mission to optimize your C15 levels to help you live healthier and longer. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/goodguys and using code goodguys at checkout. That's FATTY, like me, 15.com/goodguys and use code goodguys at checkout. Fatty 15, C15 season. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Discover. If there's one thing we've learned from the entertainment industry, it's just how easy it is to earn a reputation, even if it doesn't reflect who you really are. For example, everybody thinks that Discover is a card that isn't widely accepted, but in reality, it's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Yeah, 99%. So maybe now you'll think twice before judging a book by its cover, unless it's a celebrity cookbook. In that case, judge away. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard. Oh my God. Speaking of lemurs, I watched an orangutan documentary.
Yeah.
David Attenborough. You know, David Attenborough's final documentary is coming out.
Davey Atts.
Yeah. David Attenborough, 98 years old. The legend of all legends. Narrating just like these beautiful scenes in the forest, and I like the ones in the oceans. But I did not know. First of all, he pronounces it orangutan. It really bothered me. It's an orangutan. He calls it orangutan. Orangutan.
Totally.
But these are unbelievable animals, Josh. Do you know that a baby orangutan, because they live in the trees, they never touch the ground ever. They live in the trees. These full, huge monkeys. the babies sleep gripped into their mother's fur. The mother jumps from tree to tree. The baby's fast asleep, holding on. How amazing is that?
Love that. So cool.
Highly recommend it. It's sick. What made me think of that? I don't know, but show it to Max. He'll love it.
Well, I went to Bali, Indonesia, and they have the monkey temple where literally they have monkeys running around everywhere. And of course, tourists, we've ruined this thing. But I actually went like over 10 years ago when it wasn't as like Instagrammable. So it hadn't completely been ruined yet. And they're just running everywhere. You see them. They're so cute. And you can buy bananas at the entryway. And they go, we have bananas, which are fun. You throw them, they eat them, they peel it. It's cute. Like we have peanuts too. The peanuts, you might want to be careful. They
come after the peanuts?
They're like, they really fucks with the peanuts. I was like,
were you scared?
I saw a lady get her wig snatched for peanuts. Like, and she was older, and she thought she was at a Dodgers game. She's like, "Would you like one, Mittens?" And Mittens was like, it was wild.
Oh my God, that is insane.
Monkeys,
man. Monkeys.
I held a banana, and one of the monkeys climbed up my body, sat on my shoulders, grabbed it out of my hand, and pieced out.
Oh my God,
crazy, right?
I can't tell if I would be. In the beginning, I would definitely be very scared. At some point, I guess I would warm up to them, but that's frightening. I don't know.
We had a chimpanzee on one of the Drake and Josh Christmas movies because that's okay. And
we need to talk about the circus after this, but continue.
I can't believe that there were sitcoms that were allowed to have these kooky animal episodes. And so we have the chimpanzee, right? And it's a baby chimp and it's really cute. But then they're doing a flashback of something of like the chimp's mother, who's like a proper size. So when they had that chimp on set, they said, okay, no one can be within 10 feet except the wranglers of this animal, because if they get you in their clutches, you will be a goner, and then you will be done for. And then they were like, and no men can be on set because she will smell your pheromones and rip your dick off. I was like, slay.
Where do I sign up?
I was like, slay queen.
Bestiality, anyone?
That's what I call it, Paige and her story. I love it. But yeah, man, that was intense. Which you've been seeing this debate, right? It is a New York Post article, why everyone on the internet is talking about 100 men and a gorilla, with Elon Musk, MrBeast, and more jumping into the debate. You've seen this?
Of course. There's just no... I think there is absolutely no chance that 100 men can defeat a gorilla.
Say more.
I just think that the gorilla is so unbelievably scary. Like, sure, if you let me backtrack for a second. If we're preparing a fight, maybe there's a chance. But unprompted, you have 100 men in the woods and you have a gorilla. The gorilla is going to eat them alive, if he wanted to.
Sure.
A planned attack with weapons, obviously no, but just fists. These 100 men are done for. I don't have a reason. I just don't think that they stand a chance. What do you think?
Let me ask you this. Did those gorillas know Harambe? Because if so, they are going to have vengeance in their heart. And then I really don't trust. Remember that?
All gorillas know Harambe. Do I know that? That's my son's name. Harambe Sauber. I named after him. Yeah.
Maybe you do a junior. Harambe Sauber.
Harambe.
I love it.
Oh, me too. Me too, yeah. Rest in peace, Harambe, man. That was fucked up. But before we forget all about it, Do you want to? Oh, you already did. The circus. I haven't spoken about it in a while. My mom loves the circus.
Right.
She would take us. She still loves the circus. Once a year, I'll go to the Big Apple Circus with her. There's no longer the animals because we've outlawed that. But my mom loves the circus. And every year, we would go to the biggest circus, which was the Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Yes.
This circus took place at Madison Square Garden. This was a spectacle. We're talking lions, tigers, elephants, all of it. Okay? And I remember finding out, I was always thinking, how do you get the elephant into the garden? How does it come? They walk through the Lincoln Tunnel. They close down the tunnel in the middle of the night and the elephants walk through. And that thought of elephants walking through the tunnel so that they could please us fatties eating popcorn is super duper sad.
That's insane. They don't walk through the Lincoln Tunnel. That sounds like
They
a
did.
children's book.
They walked through the Lincoln Tunnel. Look it up. How else do you get them there?
How did you get?
Blaine-
How did they get to
Blaine-
New Jersey? How did they get to New Jersey?
On rail.
So they're only transported on train?
Yeah, you can't fly an elephant. Too heavy.
You can't drive one?
I don't know.
That's Meshuggah.
They're huge.
Oh,
look it up, Olivia.
The elephant
Let's look
can't
it up.
go to Penn Station?
They're huge. Olivia, I need to know. I need to know if this is real. I think
Elephants
it's
are getting
real.
a sleeper car on Amtrak?
There's an NPR article from 2007 called "When the Elephants March in Manhattan," and it says they go through the Midtown Tunnel.
Boom!
But how did they
Boom!
get there? How did they get there, Ben?
We bring the boom!
How did they get to the other side of the Midtown Tunnel? How did they get to Queens?
It's a great question, but I do want to just say I'm so happy that like the Costco guys are kind of on the outs. Like it was too much for a minute. My TikTok was all over the place with them.
I told you I saw them at the MrBeast premiere for his show on Amazon, right?
I don't think you told me this story, no.
Big AJ literally is walking around this party. If you had over 10,000 followers, he saw you and his leg was hurt. It was in a boot. So he would like waddle up to you and be like, give me a boom. I was like, damn, dog. I'm like, that's young Bezos energy right now.
That's funny. Give me a boom.
Boom. Nuts.
Oh my God, that's funny. That is funny. Josh, I'm watching a really good documentary that I want you to watch. You're not going to want to watch it though.
Okay.
It's called Paul American.
Oh, the Logan Paul show.
I love it. Claudia loves it. It's so good. It's so good because it's like I don't know. They like just like talk. They're like crazy. They're so unbelievably accomplished. They're amazing. The dad is nuts, but they like really go deep. It feels like a real reality show as opposed to like some of these shows that are very censored. What they've done is so unbelievably impressive. And all I have to say is after watching it, I think that like online you'll look and it's like, oh, Logan's like the great one. Jake is the whatever. I watch this and I'm like, Jake Paul is healed. He's a legend. He's caring. I have a whole new perspective on Jake Paul. I was always impressed, but like I watched these like couple of episodes that I watched, the season's actively going on. I'm watching him like talk about childhood trauma, having worked through it, has like a girlfriend that he seems to treat incredibly. Like I love it. You should watch it if you haven't seen it.
I think anyone that thinks Jake is the lesser brother is tripping. And I think it's incredible. I mean, they are truly like, they're like Ohio's Winklevosses. Like,
yeah.
They are both incredibly, I've talked about Logan before on the show and my relationship with him, but they're very impressive. And you know why I give Jake so much credit? Because people give him crap for fighting tomato cans, which is basically just a boxing term for like fighting people who are way past their prime or just from another sport, like Nate Robinson, the basketball player, or
and Nate got crushed.
He's just so 5'4". Like Jake's a big boy.
Or we never saw Nate again. Did he die in the ring?
Nate got a stutter.
Yeah.
And Ben Askren, who he beat, was primarily a wrestler. And like even Tyron Woodley and these people, I mean, they're MMA fighters. Or Anderson Silva is one of the greatest UFC fighters to ever live. Maybe my favorite fighter, but he was in his mid-40s. And again, he's a mixed martial artist. He's not a boxer.
Yeah.
And you know what I say? Good for Jake. Good for Jake that he's making as much as the biggest boxers in the world while fighting tomato cans. Like, God bless him. I would.
And when you watch this doc, which you now have to, you are going to love it. I'm telling you, it's so good. You see that nobody outworks this guy. It's very, very clear that in the boxing ring, this guy is working his fucking ass off. And it's so crazy. They show pictures of him at like 20 versus, we forget he's 27. 27.
So young.
So young and is enormous. Like this guy, I need to know his TRTs, his TTRs, whatever the hell he's using. Like he's using something. I'm sure they're all legal. This guy is so unbelievably big. He would beat the shit out of me.
For sure.
I would get destroyed.
But I would argue there's plenty of people working as hard or harder than him, but they're like real boxers. Not that he isn't, but like guys who are competing at Canelo Alvarez, like at the highest level, I think are working as hard or harder. But for what?
Sure.
He's a real boxer. Like
he's a real boxer. He's a real boxer.
Skill. Like he could mop up plenty of guys.
I want you to watch it. I want everybody to watch it. It's so good. And if you still have that line of communication open with Logan, let them know that they're more than welcome to come on here and promote their show.
You know,
because we could increase views. We could get them bigger views.
This is the amount of text backs I'm getting, brother.
All right.
I can't see a thing.
So just write something crazy to him. Like, hey, Logan, I think your rifle accidentally got dropped off at my apartment. You mind coming to pick it up?
Yeah.
Try that. Right? Like, hey, your dad's in my lawn. Something, my dad's in your lawn?
Nah, but are you going to be by Dear Media soon?
Hey, it's crazy. Your dad's Dear Media with a hot mic. Can you come pick him up and then sit for an hour? You mind?
It's perfect.
This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Built Rewards. Attention renters. If you haven't heard of Built, what are you, nuts? You're about to thank me. Earn your favorite airline miles and hotel points through Built just by paying your rent on time. Did you hear what I said? Earn points from your favorite airlines and hotels just by paying your rent. Literally, it could not be easier than that. Folks, there's no cost to join Built. And all that you have to do is pay your rent to unlock flexible points that can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. When you pay through Built, you unlock two powerful benefits. First and foremost, you earn one of the industry's most valuable points on rent every single month. No matter where you live or who your landlord is, your rent now works for you, folks. Power! Second, you gain access to exclusive neighborhood benefits in your city. Built's neighborhood benefits are things like extra points on dining out, complimentary post-workout shakes, free mats or towels at your favorite fitness studios, and unique experiences that only Built members can access. And when you're ready to travel, Built points can be converted to your favorite miles and hotel points around the world, meaning your rent can literally take you places. So if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, what are you nuts? Do it. Are you crazy? You must have Built. Otherwise, you're just leaving points on the table. It doesn't make any sense. Start paying rent through Built and take advantage of your neighborhood benefits by going to joinbuilt.com/goodguys. That's JOINBILT.com/goodguys. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/goodguys to sign up for Built today. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Mack Weldon. Folks, Mack Weldon understands that the weather in New York is insane. The weather everywhere is insane. One day it's 90. The next day it's 50. The next day it's 30. The next day it's 100. What are you, nuts? We need to settle in. That said, Mack Weldon has something for all of your various temperatures. But really, what I'm absolutely loving is their line for summer, which is coming up fast. Can you believe it? We're here. And they have an unbelievable line that will keep you cool, comfortable, and stylish regardless of the temperature. Let me talk to you about their new Tech Linen line that combines the easy charm of classic linen with cool Max technology to help you look and feel your best all season long. They have polos, sweaters, hoodies, and more at MackWeldon.com and get 25% off your first order with code GOODGUYS. I'm telling you, folks, Mack Weldon is it. You just heard about linen that also has tech and has cool Max technology to help you look and feel your best all season long. I have that, okay? I have it, and it's unbelievable. The fit, fantastic. The cooling technology is legendary, okay? We want to keep our nether regions cool while also looking stylish and never letting anybody know we're comfortable. And let me just tell you a couple of things about Mack Weldon, okay? Looking confident doesn't have to mean calling attention to your clothes. Mack Weldon balances classic pieces with updated details to keep you looking sharp. The richest people, no logos, okay? It's unbelievable. They're not flashy at all, just classic. Always in style and made from the world's most comfortable performance materials. This is me. This is me. This is why I love Mack Weldon. I'm telling you, whenever you're looking at me and you're like, oh, he's wearing great suit pants, elastic waist. You know why? Because comfort is key. And if you can have pieces that look beautiful, okay, and feel beautiful, that's Mack Weldon, and that is absolutely fantastic. So, folks, give your closet a breath of fresh air for spring. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 25% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code GOODGUYS. That's MackWeldon, promo code GOODGUYS. MackWeldon.com, promo code GOODGUYS.
Should we get to a speak pipe?
Yes.
If you want to get advice, leave us a message, ask a question. Go to speakpipe.com/goodguys. Keep it brief. Brevity is key. We don't want to hear your what are your nutses. They're not great. Let's hear from Anonymous.
Hey, Josh and Ben. A newer listener came for Drake, stayed for you guys.
Yeah.
I'd like to get your thoughts on college students these days. I graduated college about 8 years ago. I'm a millennial, and I now teach college. I'm a college professor. I teach students who are like in their early 20s, 20, 21, 22. And I don't know if it's COVID or what happened, but these kids these days, right? Like, they just aren't the same. They're lazy. They want to be spoon-fed. They don't take constructive criticism. And when I'm reading their papers, I honestly feel like I'm getting stupider. How can I communicate this to them? What are your thoughts? Would love to know. Love you guys.
I need to know where she teaches.
Yeah, and she's probably like 26.
I think she said she's 30.
Or 30.
Yeah. I need to know where you teach to really know. I think this is going to be a crazy statement. I think that the Gen Z generation in general has some bad press. I think that they have some really bad press. I think that overall, we love saying like they're weak-minded, they don't work, they don't hustle, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think that they work hard. I think that knowing everything that I know, Josh, today about school and how little it impacts the amount of money that I can make in the future, I'm not sure I would give a shit. And I think that they might just be, again, I don't know what school it is, but unless you're like in a true academic environment where these kids, you're teaching them biology and they need an A to go to medical school. If you're teaching them sociology so that they can graduate with a degree in philosophy, they're not going to care because it has nothing to do with their future. And in the end of the day, unfortunately, being in America is about putting food on the table and making money. And if what I'm learning is not going to directly impact the amount of money that I'm going to make, we're kind of at a crossroads, right? So I don't know. I think that Gen Z is, for the most part, just very, very aware that we live in a broken education system for the most part, and that it does not impact how successful you'll be in life. And once you've lost that plot, it's really difficult to get it back.
Yeah, I think that I think you just have to make it known how you're going to run your class from the beginning. And if people have trouble with that, then they can choose another class. But if it's within reason, like, this is how I'm going to account for your grades and what I expect from you. This is the kind of feedback I'm going to be giving in this way. I have a friend who teaches college in Florida, and he basically says from the beginning, like, this is how I'm going to address you. Like, and if you have an issue with it, like, bring it to me now and we can talk it through. But like, I'm just going to use like generalized ways that we've used for millennia of addressing the people in the class, as I know that that has, you know, can be an issue for certain people. And basically the entire class was like, hey bro, you're in Florida, don't worry about it. They were like, you know, call us whatever. Cause he was just like, he's like, I don't want to run into an issue 5 classes from now. Like, let's just get it all out here and then we can go forward and we're all on the same page. So I think you kind of have to do that. Like, let's all get on the same page and I'll tell you how I want to run my class and you can choose whether to be in it or not.
I like that. I think it would be really helpful to tell your students on day one why this class is important for them to pay attention to. I would love to have been told in classes that were unnecessary, in my opinion, why they were necessary. Like, court me on day one. Just tell me, by learning all of these things, here's everything that you're going to gain. You might not think that it will specifically relate to your life, your future. You won't be thinking about mitochondria when you're doing your taxes, all this stuff. Explain to me why it's relevant. And I'm sure that a teacher can easily energize a classroom on why their subject matter is important. But I think that that might help.
Agreed. Here's one from Anonymous.
Hi, good guys. I have a question for you, and it pertains to sponsorships, specifically a sponsor of both yours and Claudia and Jackie's and many other podcasts that I listen to, and that is Booking.com. I have no issue with it. I just need to understand, what is the .yeah? What does that mean? And why does everybody say it? Do they tell you to say it? I just don't understand it.
That is so good. Booking.com is going to love that. First of all, if you've watched a Booking.com commercial, miss, they say Booking.com, Booking.yeah, and we're a part of a 360 integrated campaign because, yeah, we're cool like that. Mm-hmm. Do I know what it means? No, but does it make me feel a certain way? Absolutely. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Yeah, it's not Booking.nah.
No, it's Booking.yeah.
It's not Booking.fuck out of here.
No. Benny and Joshy.
Benny and Joshy, we're booking. .yeah.
.yeah. They need to change it. They need to change it to Booking.com, Booking.yas.
That would be amazing.
Amazing for like Pride Month.
For Pride,
Booking.com, Booking.yas, queen.
I love it. So in for that. This one's from KK.
Oh, it's funny.
Okay, I have a what are you nuts, and I want to know if I'm alone in this, but every single funeral I've been to with my mom, she tries to take pictures. Like, I guess it's people that she hasn't seen in a while, and like, she tries to get pictures with them. She tries to take pictures of the casket. She literally just sent me a picture, that's what made me think of this, of her, the person who's burying their husband and their daughter, behind the casket. Like, what are you, nuts? I just don't think people want to remember that day, like the worst day of their life like that. What are you nuts? I don't know. Pictures at funerals.
Totally nuts. I want to know what she's doing with them.
I don't know. I mean, how do you like give the caveat of like, this was us at, you know, Irving's memorial, you know?
But like, why? For what?
Because it's, you know, people you haven't seen in a while.
To take a picture with them at the lunch after, not at the burial.
But
hey, I know you just buried your husband, but quick selfie.
People do that with an open casket, though, which is pretty lit.
That's crazy.
That's cool. Can you imagine me and Pope Francis? Shout out.
I can't.
Big
Shout
ups
out to the Pope.
Big ups to the Conclave. This is going to get so much likes at the conclave.
Big ups to me and P-Dog. P-Fran.
P-Fran, man.
P-Fran. That's pretty good.
I want to be in a conclave, man.
Sure.
I would crush a conclave.
Yeah. Just wait till they find out you're Jewish.
I know. Can't hear you, busy conclaving. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Like, sorry, out of office at a conclave. Can you imagine the Cardinals' emails right now?
It's actually so true because they do have other jobs. They're gonna eventually not become Pope and need to go back. They probably have an out of office that says, "Sorry, I missed you. Out of office at a conclave."
That's hot.
Wow. We should try. We should look up their names and guess their emails. Like some of these guys and try to email just to see if we get back an OOO. You know? Like
Yes.
what's like a conclave's name one guy in the conclave and let's guess his email.
I don't know. Let's just call him Cardinal Robert.
Okay. Cardinal.robert at cardinalsofamerica.com.
Yeah. Or maybe he's fun and it's Bobby Cards. Bobby Cards at Vatican.net.
Oh my God.
That's hot.
Bobby Cards is such a sick Hold'em name.
That's hot.
Like if you sit down with Phil Ivey and you're like, I'm Bobby Cards.
Yeah.
Short for Cardinal Robert.
Yeah,
Sick.
Bobby Cards just hit a baptism and he's coming by for some lentil soup.
Bobby Cards just hit a baptism and just flopped a straight flush.
Bobby Cards hit a tism and now he's hitting the river with a double down. I don't know what that is. I think that's blackjack.
Bobby Cards hit a tism and now has tism.
It's fucking nuts. It's so wrong. Let's
Benny and Joshy getting canceled by Christians. Benny and Joshy.
And then neurodivergent. I'm neurodivulgent because I can't keep my mouth shut.
Same.
This podcast would be the biggest thing ever if we could just talk the way we wanted to.
Oh my God, it would be enormous if we didn't care. Oh my God, how big? Oh, how big?
Olivia.
Hey guys, I've been dating my boyfriend for just at a year, and I've been having some health problems. We do live together, but I have been having some GI issues, and my doctor ordered a sample and gave me a kit to come home with. And my question is, at what point in a relationship is it time to include your partner with that of like, hey, I need to do this test, I need help, or like, can you drop this sample off at the lab? Like, at what point is TMI not TMI anymore?
You lost me. Sorry.
Same.
I was with you. I was like, there is no point in time. You should never be hiding medical problems from your partner, ever. Ever, 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 ever. And coming home and telling your partner of 1 week that you need to collect a stool sample because you are having problems is not a big deal. You completely lost me on giving him the stool sample to drop off. What are you, nuts? Nobody else should be handling your poop. This is you. You're the one with the stomach issues. You get in your car and you drop it off, right? That's where she lost me.
100%. What does he need to be involved at all? Anyone's done a sample before, and it's very easy to do alone.
For sure. For sure. You just take the little scooper and you put it into the bottle. That's it. It's very easy. And then you drop it off. Lazy. Watch, she's like handicapped. Cut it out.
Darn it. Well, if that's the case, then we're with you all the way. But otherwise, do better.
Totally. Do better.
People mess up that way. Like people I think you shouldn't get overly comfortable with your partner, maybe ever. I mean, I know you guys are Fartville, USA over there, but I'm just saying in general.
We're just comfortable though. We're not like, if you are Fartville, USA, it doesn't mean that you want to live in farts. Like we've gotten it out. We're comfortable with it. It doesn't mean that every single day I'm intentionally trying to make my room smelly. Like people who are comfortable eventually, I think, reach just like a middle ground of Okay, we know we fart. Okay, we know we shit. But like, we don't have to do that stuff in front of each other all the time. Like, we can make life as not smelly as possible. But I think that because she was specifically talking about medical problems, you should never be afraid to share a medical problem with your spouse, ever, 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 ever. Even if they're gross.
So true.
This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Booking.com. Booking.yeah. From vacation rentals to hotels across the U.S., Booking.com has the ideal summer stay for absolutely anyone, even those who might seem impossible to please. Whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, your sleep light rise early mom, or your high maintenance group chat, you can find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah, I'm telling you folks, Booking.com is it. Even if you're a picky traveler, this is the right place for you. You're looking for a cabin in the woods. You're looking to have maybe a steam shower. You're looking to make sure that you're not too far from town. You're looking to make sure that there are high quality appliances. We're talking about top of the line stoves, top of the line ovens. We're talking about all of these beautiful luxuries. They have them on Booking.com. They have the perfect home for you. Book it on Booking.com. Or if you're looking to stay in a roadside dump, they also have that on Booking.com. I'm not going to judge you. If you prefer the roadside dump, that's up to you. They have it. Book it. If you want the castle in the sky, they have it. Book it on Booking.com. If I can find my perfect stay on Booking.com, absolutely anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Book today on their site or app. Booking.com. Booking.yeah. This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Bobby. Folks, as a new parent, the formula discussion has come up. Okay, people are asking, are you breastfeeding? Are you using formula? What are you doing? If you are using formula, I highly recommend Bobby. That's what everybody has been telling me. And let me tell you, I've seen it firsthand, folks. Bobby is it. Because feeding your baby isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. That's why Bobby exists, to support you wherever you are in your journey. Whether you're exclusively formula feeding, combo feeding, or just need a backup can in the pantry, Bobby has your back. And let me tell you, I've heard so many great things about Bobby. Bobby's formulas are USDA organic, clean label certified, and modeled after breast milk, so they're easy on tiny tummies, which is what's most important. Choose from their OG, much-loved, organic original infant formula, or their grass-fed whole milk recipe, which is their gentler option for sensitive bellies, or their exciting new organic whole milk recipe, the world's first and only whole milk recipe for formula. Bobby is a proudly mom-founded and mom-led team that sets new standards for infant formula, and over 500,000 parents trust Bobby to nourish their babies, and they're just getting started. So folks, if this is of interest to you, Bobby is offering an additional 10% off your purchase with the code GOODGUYS. Visit www.hibobby.com to find the Bobby formula that fits your journey. That's HIBOBBIE.com and use promo code GOODGUYS to take an additional 10% off your purchase today.
What about Candy?
Hi. Josh, I guess this question is more for you. So I have a daughter and no family except for my dad really cares to come see her. Like last year, my daughter was turning 1 and my husband literally had to guilt trip his mother to even come to her birthday party. And I didn't even bother doing anything big because most people just said they couldn't come anyways. But then they'll try to guilt trip us and be like, well, you need to come around more often, or, why do we never get to see her? So I guess my question would be, how would you go about that? How would you handle it? I feel like I don't handle it the best because I think that they should try. And so I feel like we just shouldn't take her around unless they start visiting more often. So yeah, let me know. Thanks.
I have thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts quickly, though. Shout out. Candy is a sick name, and not enough people are named Candy anymore. Just saying,
Yeah.
Candy is a sick name.
Go down the rabbit hole. Name your kid Twix.
Yeah. I'm with you. Snickers.
This is my
Snickers offer.
This is my daughter, Lorna Doone.
This is my daughter, Baby Ruth.
This is my son, Ritz. Sick.
Ooh, Ritz crackers are good.
Ritz Peck.
What about Frito Peck?
Yes.
I like it.
For it.
I like it, Frito. This seems complex, Josh. I think it's your responsibility to bring your kid to people.
I do think it's a two-way street. I think parents, it's more their job if they're capable to come see your kid. And in general, I think you'll find when you first have your kid in the first 6 months, like it's just hard for you to be mobile. And so you will give special credit to people who make the effort to come see your kid. And I think they should. But I am so guilty.
I was thinking though, just quickly, I wasn't thinking first 6 months. I was thinking that this girl is like 8. Am I wrong?
She said like one first birthday. So I'm guessing under 2.
Okay. Continue.
What I would say is I'm so guilty of when I feel wronged that my pride and ego starts really taking effect. And I go, great. I said, they will never hear from me again. I will never look weak to them. I will never give them the opportunity to hurt me again. But if you really want this question answered, then bury that shit and make an effort. Go see that family. And if they don't reciprocate, you have your answer. But usually when two people are at an impasse, someone's going to have to give up their position and risk feeling vulnerable to make any version of an amends. And at least if you try and it doesn't work out, then you have your answer and you don't have to wonder anymore.
I agree. It's also never been easier with FaceTime though. I FaceTime my nieces and nephews all the time. They live in Florida. Like I see them. Am I there? No, but like I feel like you can build a relationship better these days over the phone than you've ever been able to before. So at a minimum, you should be showing each other to each other on FaceTime and then hopefully getting together when you can. But to your point from before, it's definitely difficult to schlep a baby somewhere. Those people need to come to you if it's a true baby.
True that. Last one from Anonymous.
Hey, good guys, Moron here. So I've been dating my boyfriend for about 6 years, and his mom tends to overstep a lot, in my opinion, like commenting on exes' Facebooks and stuff like that. So most recently, she's asked for the registry for a wedding that we're going to attend, which is my boyfriend's friend, and it's a female friend. And I know that if she wasn't getting married, that she would definitely try to be with my boyfriend. She has a crush on him. It's crazy. And so my boyfriend's mother has asked for the registry and wants to send her a gift. I know that Claudia doesn't allow Ben to have female friends. So what do you guys think about this?
First of all, Claudia does not tell me who I can and can't be friends with. For real. She would never do that. I want to just make sure that everybody knows that.
And by the way, I'm glad you said that. And think of the reverse.
Totally. It would never happen.
A man telling a woman you are not allowed to have certain friends, that would be like
it would never ever happen. So I don't want that like out there that people actually think that. That said, I do think that the relationship between men and women changes as we get older. For sure, I had way more friends that were girls before I was married. But that's just a part of being 20. Like I met my wife really, really, really young. Like I think that if I didn't meet her so young and I had established strong, like a lot of established strong female friendships later, I would keep them. But like, for example, I have a lot of very close friends that are girls and she's friends with them and she's friends with the husbands and like you grow together. So first and foremost, no, but that's not at all the point of you like threw that in at the end. So I wanted to clarify that. Your mother-in-law is insane. Like, this is too much. Like, like requesting the registry. If you aren't close enough to get the registry, you don't need the registry. Like, if you're close enough with the person to get the registry, then you're probably invited to the wedding. But I think that the idea of sending a wedding gift to somebody that you're not close enough with that might make your daughter-in-law uncomfortable, I think is very bizarre. You've never sent someone a gift for a wedding you weren't invited to? I've never sent somebody a gift from a registry for a wedding that I wasn't invited to. No.
Huh.
I haven't. Maybe I've gotten them like a gift card or something because they're a coworker, or like I'm trying to think of a situation where I'm close enough with somebody that I'm not invited to their wedding. But I guess that would be somebody that I work with.
If you were going to get, I think there's a lot of versions of where like you're happy for people. It's such a moment for them. It's like that and first child, right? Like I have friends who I'm not really in their lives on a day-to-day basis, but I have a love for them. And I wasn't invited to their baby showers, but if I hear they're having a kid, I'll certainly be like, what's your registry? So I can get you something off the list that you need. And I would do the same if there was a coworker where I wouldn't be expected to be invited to their wedding, but I wanted to do something nice for them because I love them. I would say, give me your registry.
See, it's interesting that you say that. I wouldn't, because that would imply guilt for me onto them that I should have been invited to the wedding.
I think that's a you thing. Olivia, what do you think?
Yeah, I haven't, I've like sent cards and stuff before, like if I'm unable to attend a wedding, obviously like send a gift if I've been invited. I don't know that I think I've sent stuff for like receptions. I don't know. I think it's in this instance in particular, it sounds like maybe this is like an old friend of his. And so I'm seeing that like maybe the mom has known this girl for a long time, and like although she isn't close enough to be invited to the wedding per se, she's like, oh, I've watched this person grow up, and therefore I want to like contribute to their future or like give them something, coming from a place of like having more, being an established human adult.
So write a check.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I don't think it's crazy to gift the mother to want to give a gift to her friend's good friend for years. It's not.
You don't think so?
No. It's just like I've like, it's all with big things. Like
even if it bothered Paige, let's put it in your exact life. Okay. Your best friend from growing up, is a girl. Let's say, there's what rhymes with Ben and Len. That's a girl. Shen. Okay. Jen. That's much better. Your best friend, Jen, okay? And Paige has a little bit of jealousy towards Jen, but, she's still there. It's not a problem. But Paige doesn't love Jen. And Barb reaches out to Paige and is like, I want Jen's registry so I can send her a gift. It doesn't feel weird at all?
I think there would probably be better ways to do it, but in that, if she's like my friend Len, and so I've known them since I'm 14, so it's been 25 years. You've seen this kid grow up, and you just want to Olivia's point, like as the older person, contribute a little to their honeymoon fund or whatever. Yeah. Maybe I would just circumvent Paige. I don't think it'd be secretive for Paige to never know it.
No, I hear that. I just think that I don't know, if Jen and your mom were really that close, then I would hope that Jen either invited your mom, or if she had a small wedding, that your mom sent a check. I don't know. I think the requesting the registry thing just felt weird to me for somebody who's not invited to something. But maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know.
What do you think? Like, how do I say this? I guess I didn't do it. It's a good example because she just got married. But like, I've never met your sister, but I feel nachis for her.
Yes.
Pride, Olivia, for like just getting married. And so if I had met her once, I might say to you, hey, can I have your sister's number? I just want to shoot her a text as a mazel. Or I might even say, because you mean so much to me, I'd be like, I want to send her a little something. And
if you had done that, if you had written to me, it's the perfect example. You fell into my trap.
Okay.
If you had said to me, Ben, send me Maddie's registry. I really want to send her something. I would have invited you to the wedding.
That's a you thing, though. That is so, and it's a beautiful thing, but it's,
I don't think so.
You couldn't. You can't invite me to her wedding.
I can tell her that it's important. It was important enough for him to want to send you a gift. It's important enough for him to be there. And if I didn't feel that way, right? Because it came from somebody so random, like a random mother-in-law, then it would be weird.
I think it's a beautiful reflection of who you are and just a gem of a person. I think that is a losing proposition for your sister, you, and me. Because I don't want to go. I mean, I love her. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like...
No, totally. So then you don't end up going and you send the gift, but you were still invited.
I know, but like, what if I just happen to be in New York? Like, you know, and she doesn't...
Post your Instagram stories on Monday.
She loves me. I love her. But like, I would never want her to pay for me to be at her wedding, having not really had any. I know what you mean, but I don't know.
I think I've made my point.
You haven't.
You
haven't.
You haven't? Oh, should we get to What Are You Nuts?
Our What Are You Nuts moment of the week are our gripes with people, places, and things, both big and small, whatever's sticking in your craw.
We're experiencing incredible rain. We're experiencing incredible rain in New York, Josh. Today is day 2 of what is 8 straight days of rain, right? Just cloudy, rainy, all this stuff. So you walk outside, people are wearing rain gear, right? What does rain gear consist of, Josh? We're talking about umbrellas. We're talking about rain jackets with a hood up. We're talking maybe about rain boots. I'm literally crossing the street. I see a woman head to toe. Big umbrella, huge. Raincoat. Open-toed shoes. What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? She's stepping in puddles actively. Her feet are soaking wet. She's wearing sun shoes, but she's wearing a full-on raincoat and umbrella. Wow. I just thought it was nuts. That's nuts. You want to protect your entire body but your feet?
True that. My What Are You Nuts moment is places and restaurants with kitschy names like Something About Her. No. Not like that, but like some of these places that I'm going by. I went by a dog training place called Oh Just Sit.
You know what's so stupid about that? Before you even continue, you're going to get 0 SEO.
Totally.
There's no search engine optimization whatsoever. Nobody will ever find you. No one will ever find you. What happened to the laundromat just being called Murray Hill Laundromat?
Right. There's a place called We Met at a Bar. Ugh. What is
it?
What happened to Chili's?
We Met at a Bar. Is it a bar?
Of course.
All right. So at least they have that.
I know, but what about Olive Garden?
I know.
Names. Apple.
Apple. Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory. It's a factory for cheesecake. What are you, nuts? Just
totally
name it. Normal things. Ben's, Joshies, Benny and Joshies, you know?
Naming normal things.
Get us out of here.
Folks, this episode's 5 stars. Otherwise, what are you, freaking nuts? Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Watch us on YouTube. Share our clips, Instagram and TikTok, Mondays and Thursdays, folks. We will see you next time.